Buzzer TV presents vintage game shows on Amazon.
Aces are big, deuces are small. Call it right and win it all on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
Hi, thank you. Thank you very much, and welcome to Card Sharks. As I hope you know, we play the best 2 out of 3, and as we left off last time, we're tied at 1-1. We're going to play the tiebreaker. Let's open the board and get to the cards. Janice and Ann, if you will, let's set up for the tiebreaker with just 3 cards and 3 questions, and we'll meet our players on Card Sharks. Jennifer Hunter. Hello there, Jennifer.
How are you?
Nice to see you again. I'm fine. And you?
Excellent, excellent. Ready to win.
Yes, and you have already won $6,300, which is nice, right?
Excellent.
How are you doing paying off your bills?
Well, I'm making a chart right now. I got them all paid off and leave me enough left over to take a trip.
Oh, so you're ahead? Well, isn't
Yeah.
that nice? We've done good by you then.
Oh, yeah.
Good to have you back. And our challenger, this is Lois Lambert. Hello, Lois. Nice to see you.
Nice to be here.
And they told me you've got to earn a little money because of something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, last night I went home and I had been burglarized.
Burglarized.
Yeah.
Oh. Nothing, they took some stuff and didn't really tear everything up or anything, right? Lost the television
they just
set.
took television, stereo, camera, all the things that
Well,
I
you got
bought.
$100 so far, and maybe you'll win more.
Yeah, I gotta.
Good luck to both of you. Each player has their own deck of 52 playing cards, shuffled and cut before we go in the air, and Jennifer will play the top cards, the red cards, while the lower cards, the blue cards, will be played by the challenger, Lois. And as you can see, we have just 3 cards up there in the tiebreaker. The object of the game to work your way across the board, predicting whether each card is higher or lower than the one that precedes it. Before you can begin calling high-low on the cards, you have to win a high-low toss-up question. They're all based on a poll of 100 people. They test your ability to judge human nature, and just like that, hello there, Jennifer. Our man on the street went to the beach at Malibu, California, where he asked 100 women, if it were perfectly legal, would you go topless on the beach? How many women said they would go topless?
I would, but I don't know about the rest of them.
Our staff liked that, Jennifer, I must say.
I'd say women are really modest despite the way they dress sometimes, but I'll say 59.
59. If it were legal, she says 59 of them would go topless. Lois, higher or lower?
I think even though Malibu's pretty hip, it would be a little lower.
You say lower.
Yeah.
Would you, Lois?
Yeah.
Yeah. If it is lower, you go to the board first, Lois. If not, it'll be Jennifer. The actual number of women who would go topless on the beach is 35. It's lower. Lois. Lois will take a look at that base card. You've got a 10. Now, you won the question. You have the right to change it if you'd like.
I'm going to keep it.
You'll keep it?
And I'm going to go lower.
Lower than a 10. It's a 3.
Yes!
Very much lower.
Okay, higher.
This is higher than a 3.
Higher.
We have a new champion on
Higher.
Card Sharks for the
Higher.
win. Yes, it's higher. It's a 10. Congratulations. Jennifer, you've been a fine champion, leaving us with $6,300. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck in everything you do. Come on down here, Lois. How much you have to win now to make up for what you lost?
I haven't computed it.
Well, you're gonna have.
Just happened last night.
Well, you're gonna have a chance to win thousands with the money cards right after we take time out for this. Good job. Lois Lambert, our new champion again. Our congratulations.
Thank you.
$200 now you've won.
Yeah.
And that'll almost pay for the television set. Still got to pay for the radio, right?
Oh, the stereo and the camera and the lens and the flash.
Let's do it right now. Let's open the board and get to the money cards. Come on up here, Lois. Now that $200 you won in the match is yours to keep. We're going to give you new money to play with. And this time you're going to bet that money. Starting on the bottom line with $200, bet it as you will with these 3 cards. When you move up to the second level, we add another $200 of betting money. And again, your decision how you bet them. $50 minimum bets until you get to the top card, the big bet. There you must bet at least half the money. There's a lot up there, boy. It can buy a lot of stuff, Lois.
Yeah.
$200.
Okay.
And as in the game, a choice of 2 base cards. You're starting with a 10. You want to play that or change it?
I'll play it. 10 was good to me over there. Okay.
$200 and a 10.
All of it lower.
All of it on a 10 right away.
Sure.
Okay. I won't fault your logic. I'll root for you. $200 lower than a 10?
Lower.
No, it's a king. But you're not out of it. That was a tough bet on that.
That's a really beautiful
It
card.
is a good card. We're going to move it up and give you the other $200.
Okay.
You're still in the game now.
I'm going for it all.
Again.
All that it's lower.
All right.
Come on.
$200. Lower than a king. It's a queen.
Yes! Oh, and that's
400.
beautiful. Shoot it all lower. Shoot it all lower.
$400.
I need a lot.
Now you know there's no other level, Lois. This is it.
Well,
Okay. I don't want to talk you out of anything.
I didn't come here with anything.
Okay.
Okay, lower. All of it.
$400. Lower.
All of it, lower.
No! It's a king. Doggone it. Come on down here, Lois. I'm telling you.
Well, I'll do better next time.
That's the way to feel. If she wins next time, you're a good player. We'll meet a new challenger right after we take time out for this. Still got the $200.
Yeah.
That's more than you can. All right. Let's get ready to meet a new challenger. Janice, if you will, load in the cards. 2 brand new decks of cards for the next match. And here is our next challenger on Card Charts. Don Aldridge. Hello, Don.
Glad to meet you there.
Nice to meet you, sir. Why don't you tell us something about yourself?
I'm Don Aldridge. I'm from Central Texas. We like to figure it's a peanut farming area, the capital of the world and all, so we figure we've got a little bit over in Plains, Georgia.
You are the peanut capital where you,
We figure we are.
in Central Texas.
Right.
There's a fellow in Washington who may disagree with that.
Yep, this fellow in Washington's not doing too swift right now.
Oh, I see.
But he's got a brother that's still raising peanuts who's doing fantastic.
Good to have you here, Don. Good luck in the match. You'll play the lower cards, the blue cards, while Lois plays the red cards. And we'll start with a question to you, Lois. We asked 100 men. More and more people are undergoing sex change operations. Would you go on a date with a woman who used to be a man? How many men said they would?
Very little. I don't think they could handle knowing that. I'd say 3.
3, she said. Don, what do you think? Higher or lower?
Well, I think she's awful close there, but I believe there's just enough people in the world to try a challenge. I'm going to go just a little higher.
Is it a little higher? All right. Would you, John?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. What do you mean, no, ma'am? They found out. Listen, my wife came here today, and you're going to ruin everything. So you say higher, huh? You dirty rat. The actual number of men who would be willing to go on a date with a woman who used to be a man is 6. It's higher. Don. Okay. Don, we'll look at your base card. You start with a 9. You can change that if
I'd
you
like to change that, please.
Here's the next card off the top of your deck. It is a 7. Not much of a change.
Gonna have to go higher.
Higher than a 7. It's a 2. It's not higher. And a break for the champion right away. Lois gets a queen to play with and call this.
That's real nice. Lower.
Lower than a queen. It's a 7.
I'll just freeze.
You'll just freeze right there. And we'll move the freeze bar over, and Don will go to a question for you. We asked 100 housewives across the country. You're a housewife, aren't you, sir?
Yes,
no,
sir.
no. If you could trade places with your husband for 1 year, would you do it? How many housewives said that they would trade places with their husbands for 1 year?
I don't believe there'd be too many. They talk a good game, but I don't believe they'd actually like to go out and trade places. I'll say 20.
20 out of 100 would change.
I think a lot of women are yearning for just that, and I'll say higher.
You say higher.
Higher.
The actual number of housewives who would trade places with their husband for a year is 23. It's higher, just a little higher, Lois.
Okay, change that
Lois, you
card.
want to play that 7?
No.
No. You're changing to a 6. Little improvement.
Little better. Higher.
Higher than a 6. It's another 6. It's not higher. Don, play off the 7 and call this one.
I've got to try it higher.
Higher than a 7. No, it's a 6. Neither player could advance. We'll fill in the spaces and go to question 3. Lois, we asked 100 New York fashion models. Now, you know they're always thin, right? Are you on a diet right now? How many models said yes, they were?
I would say a great number of them would say they were. I'd say 70.
70 out of 100 are on a diet. Fashion models, Don, higher or lower?
I believe in your occupation, I believe it has to be more than that. I'll go higher.
Higher than 70. The actual number of fashion models who were on a diet is 63, not higher. It's lower, Lois.
Okay.
And Lois, looking at a 6.
Change that card.
Change that card to a 7. Ooh, not a good change.
What's going on? Okay, lower.
You're going against the odds. You're going to go lower.
Well, now you're confusing me.
I don't want to confuse you. I just
Let's
want to
try
clarify.
higher. I just changed to higher.
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 You're going with the odds.
I'm going with the odds.
That doesn't confuse you if I say that,
Oh,
Lois.
no, it's me who's confused.
Higher than a 7.
Already.
Oh, no, it's lower. Your first instinct was right. Don, again, you're playing off a 7 to call this.
It's got to be there sometime. I'll say higher again.
Higher than a 7. This time it's there.
Now we'll go lower.
Lower than an ace. Very much lower. 3.
Now we'll go higher.
Higher than a 3. It's a 9 now.
Freeze right there.
You'll freeze
I'll
it.
freeze.
Needing just 1 card. Lois needs 3, and we're at the 4th and final question, sudden death. Don, we asked 100 people in a California studio audience, have you ever attended a seance? You know what a seance is? How many had?
Probably be pretty low that actually attended it. I'll say 9.
9? 9 have attended a seance. Lois, higher or lower?
That's a hard one. I think a lot of people would like to go, but I don't think a lot of people have ever been there. I'd say it's even lower.
Lower than that.
Yeah.
The actual number of people who have attended a seance is 28, not lower. Done.
Good.
Don, it's sudden death. Here's how we do it. You have a 9. You have the right to change it if you'd like and try to turn this 1 card over. But if you make a mistake, Lois wins the game. However, you can force Lois to play off the 7, which she can't change. She would have to turn over 3 cards, or the game is yours. Your decision. Play it or pass it.
I'm going to pass it to Lois.
Force Lois to play it. Lois,
afraid
start
he'd
calling.
say it.
1 mistake and the game belongs to Don.
I know. Okay, no. Higher.
Higher
It's
than a 7.
higher for sure.
It is very much higher. An ace.
Okay, that's the way I like them. The next one, lower.
Lower than an ace.
Come on.
Much
And the next
lower. A
one,
3.
The next one's higher.
For the first
It's
game of the
higher.
match, higher than a
It's
3.
higher.
It is. It's a 10. Game number 1 to the champion. Let's get set up for the next game, Janice. John, what do you think of that strategy now?
I think it didn't pay off that time.
Yes, it did. It did not pay off. So the game number 1 goes to Lois. Don, you need this one to tie. And we start with a question to you, Lois, as Janice fills in the next cards off the top of the deck. We asked 100 married men across the country, if your wife took the kids and went to visit her parents for a week, would you feel depressed or delighted? How many men said they would be delighted?
All right. I think they'd be delighted. I think after working all day and coming home, they'd like that. And I'd say 68.
68 would be delighted. Don, higher or lower?
I believe she'd be a little bit high. I believe it'd be a little lower than that.
Lower than that. The actual number of married men who would be delighted if their wife took the kids and went to visit her parents for a week is 58. It's lower. Don.
Good.
Don, you start this game with a jack. You want to play that?
I'll play it, and I will go lower.
Lower than a jack. No, it's a king. It's not lower. The cards don't like you, Don. Lois, you've got a 10.
Okay, lower.
Lower than a 10. No, it's a queen. It's not lower. And we'll fill in the spaces and go to a question to you, Don. We asked 100 policemen. Now be honest. Would it bother you if your immediate superior was a woman? How many policemen admitted it would bother them?
I think that'd probably be one of the biggest fields that bother someone. So I'm going to say 83.
83 would be bothered if their boss was a woman, Lois.
I think there'd be a lot of them, but I don't think it's that bad, so I'll say lower.
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 The actual number of policemen who would be bothered if their superior was a woman is 40. Much lower, Lois.
Okay, I'm going to stay with that card and go lower.
Gonna stay with the 10?
Yep.
Lower than a 10? It's a 2. It's much lower.
Okay, take me higher.
Higher than a 2. It's an 8.
I'm going to freeze.
And now you'll freeze, needing 2 cards while Don needs 4 to tie. The next question coming up right after we take care of a little business. All right, Don Aldridge needs this game to tie, and Lois needs 2 cards. Don needs 4. The question, as we left off, goes to you, Lois. We asked 100 Playboy bunnies across the country, does your mother really know what you do for a living? How many bunnies said their mother really did know?
I think most of the bunnies' mothers know. I don't think it's that terrible a thing to do that they'd be embarrassed to tell. So I'd say 70.
70. Higher or lower, Don?
I don't think it'd be anything to be ashamed of, but I don't believe there's quite that many that know, so I'm going to say lower.
Lower than that. The actual number of Playboy bunnies who said their mother knew what they did for a living is 94. Much higher, Lois. We're looking at an 8, Lois.
Oh, change that card, Jim.
We're not looking at it very long. We're going to look at it. Oh, another 8. That's tough.
You're a lot of 8s. Okay. Higher.
Higher than an 8.
I need a high one.
It's another 8. 3 of them in
Three
a
in a
row.
row.
It's not, and you lose it. Don, a break for you. Call off the jack in this card.
I'll have to go higher on the jack.
You're going higher than the jack.
Lower on the jack.
Lower, lower than a jack. It is a 7.
I'm going to freeze.
Yeah, Don is looking at the cards, and he knows that sudden death is coming up, so he freezes. And Lois needs 2 cards, while Don needs 3. Someone has to win on this play of the cards. Don, we asked 100 people in a California studio audience. Right now, are you wearing contact lenses? How many were wearing contacts?
There's a lot of people wearing them now, so I'd say out of 100, probably 23.
23 were wearing contact lenses, Lois. Higher or lower?
Well, I wear contacts, and I know an awful lot of people who do. I think it's even higher than that.
You say it's higher than that?
Yeah.
You wear contact lenses. Would you tell our producer, Jonathan Goodson, how you wear them? Because he's been trying to wear them for years. You say higher. The actual number of people wearing contact lenses is 11. Not higher. Don.
I'd like to change that base card.
You're going to change. Now listen carefully, Don, and let me explain all the options to you. You have to turn over 3 cards if you play it yourself, changing that base card. However, you can force Lois to play off the 8 to try to turn over 2 cards. Your decision.
That's right. I'd like to pass it to Lois.
Given those options, you'll pass it. All right. Lois, you have an 8.
That.
You've got to turn over 2 cards to win. One mistake, and Don has tied up the match.
The next one is higher.
Higher. Higher
It's
than
higher.
an 8. It is higher. It's a king.
Okay, the next one's lower.
Lower than a king. If this is lower, you have retained the championship. It's a queen. It is lower. You got it. Lois, congratulations. Don, thank you. You're a delightful gentleman. It's been fun kidding with you. Thank you for coming here, sir. Lois, come on down here. You got to get the money cards this time.
Oh, boy, I sure do.
That'll be coming up right after we take time out for this. I got to win. All right, let's quickly get into the money cards. Let's set them up, if you will. Once again, you've got $400 now in the game. You're inching up there. But now we're going to give you 7 cards here in the money cards.
Okay.
$200 on each level. The big bet at the top where you've got to bet at least half. Over $28,000 in cash up there if you can bet them right and get the right cards. Good luck.
Thank you.
$200. And your first base card is a king.
Oh,
Good
I love
start.
it.
All
I
right.
love it. 200, it's lower.
Right away, the whole thing.
200, it's lower.
$200, lower
gotta
than a
be lower.
king. It's a queen.
Okay,
Just a
we're
little
doing
lower.
really nice. Okay. I've got to go for it all. That it's lower.
Oh.
I want a lot.
$400.
$400 that it's lower.
Lower than a queen. Oh, no, it's an
They
ace.
did it to me again.
Ooh,
right,
but
I
it's a
will-
great card to
It
move
is.
up here and give you back $200.
Okay.
4 cards to go, $200.
200, it's lower.
200,
200,
lower
it's
than
lower.
an ace. It's a 5.
Okay.
Back up to the $400.
Okay. I'll bet 150 higher.
$150 higher than a
Right.
5. It's a 9. It is higher. 550.
Okay. I'll bet 250 lower.
$250.
Lower.
Lower than a 9. That's a big bet on a 9. And it's a jack. You lose that 250
Yeah,
down
the
to
cards aren't doing
300.
so well.
Jack goes up here with a big bet. You've got to bet at least 150.
Okay.
You have
I'll
300.
I'll bet I'll bet 200 lower.
$200
Yeah.
lower.
Gotta
Let's
save
do it.
something.
Got to do something. $200 lower than a jack. And this time you got it. All right, that's $500.
$500 I didn't
You
count
and
it.
those money cards. Come on down here, Lois. My goodness. They don't like you up there.
No, they don't.
But you're inching up slowly and slowly, and you are now up to $900.
Right. You know what they say about the tortoise and the hare?
What do they say?
Well, the tortoise wins in the end.
Okay. With that fine philosophy, friends, think about that over the weekend. It's liable to make you very ill, but we'll see you next time on Card Sharks. Bye-bye.
A representative of the studio audience will receive Skyway's newest luggage for easier handling on stairs, curbs, and tight places. Upright luggage on wheels. Outdoor twist fabric and colors, including new Fantasia. Upright luggage on wheels furnished by Skyway. And some of our contestants will receive a Master Mechanic 8-gallon shop vac. From True Value hardware stores who combine value and personal service in over 5,000 locations nationwide. And the Maxi-Pedic by Simmons, designed in cooperation with an orthopedic surgeon. Features a built-in bedboard in the box spring for super comfort and support from Simmons. And an assortment of exciting Maybelline eye, face, and nail cosmetics featuring new nail color. Protects and colors nails instantly, furnished by Maybelline. And Town & Country tableware by Washington Forge. Beautiful Fleetwood handles and mirror bright stainless steel dishwasher safe from Washington Forge. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson-Bill Todman production.